Alright, so we all remember those silly dinosaur shows, right? Walking with dinosaurs, walking with beasts, walking with monsters, walking with your mom's son of an ass. Yeah. Everyone in the paleo community here on YouTube never shuts the hell up about it. I can't blame them. It's pretty good. I like it. It's super old though, I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? It's amazing. For like 20 years, this was the most popular dinosaur prehistoric documentary. You know, we've had some other pretty cool ones like... I can't think of any other ones at the moment. Until in 2022, a show called Prehistoric Planet came out on Apple TV Plus. Why is it on there? Why is this even a streaming service? I get a feeling that people who own an Apple TV Plus account are 4chaners and elementary school teachers who have marital problems. And people who eat Arby's. Alright, we all know that Apple TV Plus only has Prehistoric Planet on there just to catch in new subscribers, right? The show's pretty good. It's narrated by that one documentary guy. I forgot his name. Ben Attenborough. But did you know there was another Prehistoric Planet that came out 20 years before the one that we all know now? I personally think this one is actually better than the Prehistoric Planet that we have on that awful streaming service. I think we should take a look at it and see what's up with it, you know? So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Atrox, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be looking at the OG Prehistoric Planet you don't remember. Alright, let's go back to the year 2008. In this case, I'd probably be 4 years old, and by this point, I hadn't even been in school yet. I didn't even go to preschool because I was just such a smart boy. I'm the youngest child of my family, so everyone would be in school by this point, and I'd be left alone sometimes with whoever the hell was in the house, and they'd put on TV for me. Sometimes the station would be on Sprout, Nick Jr., Cartoon Network, and of course, Discovery Kids. Now, Discovery Kids was the tits. That had some pretty cool shows on there, I'm not gonna lie. I think Magic School Bus was one of them. I love the Magic School Bus.
Be a normal field trip with a friend? No way!
There was this monster truck show, I forgot the name of it. That one was pretty cool. Peep in the Big Wide World, Pinky Dinky Doo, and then there were some other weird ones that revolved around nature, I believe. And then there were some wacky ones like Dino Sapien. Oh my god, that was a fever dream. I just remember this one part where this freaking thing fights a bear. That's all I remember from it. Oh, and those weird ankylosaur things, they always reminded me of Bowser from Mario Bros. Speaking of reminding me, do you guys remember Dinotopia? I'll talk about that show some other time. That stuff was bizarre, man.
Of course I speak English and French.
And then there was Hip Hop Harry.
Who's next?
Go!
Oh!
Go!
Oh, kill him! Oh, kill him! Oh!
Honestly, looking back, I think Hip Hop Harry was probably the best out of all these shows, just because how fucking weird it was. Looking back, I don't even remember if that was on Discovery Kids. Could have been on some other TV station. But the one I remember the most, and the one that stuck with me the most, was the Walking With series. Specifically Dinosaurs and Beasts. Screw monsters, that one kinda sucks ass. Skip to like 4 or 3 years later, I learned how to use the internet, I was in school, and I realized that I was alive! And I was just like, wait, I wanna look at that dinosaur documentary on Discovery Kids from a few years ago. So I found it, Walking with Dinosaurs and Walking with Beasts. These shows were 6-episode documentaries that depicted the time from the rise of the dinosaurs up to the end of the last ice age. The show was made by the British Broadcasting Corporation, or BBC for short.
Haha, get it? BBC? Cause a big black cock? Haha, so funny! Just as funny as when people start laughing when they hear the name Homo erectus!
Dinosaurs and Beasts spanned from 1999 and 2001. You know, Walking with Beasts was cool and all, but Beasts hit different. Now, in terms of prehistory, I prefer everything from after the KPG extinction up to Mesopotamia.
Man, fuck Mesopotamia, that shit puts me to sleep.
I just think everything after the dinosaurs is more interesting and more diverse, probably because we have more insight on it since it's more recent. But man, I love prehistoric mammals. Dude, I think they're pretty sexy. So for essentially the rest of my life, I was led to believe that I watched Walking with Beasts and Dinosaurs. But during this time, I knew something was off. Something felt different. Something wasn't right. I could have swore the intro was different for Dinosaurs. I remember it being like this blue screen, and it just flashes all these dinosaurs, and hell, even some of the prehistoric beasts. I remember there being these like box things that had the stats of all the animals that were shown, and it was odd. Something was off. Now, most of me thought it was just false memory, and I was just remembering something else, but a small part of me knew I remembered it clearly. No false memory, something was different. Then I found out there were American edits of these shows, but looking at these, yeah, it wasn't what I remembered. For the most part, I assumed that I was just tripping balls, until one day, Dino Diego uploaded a video and it revolved around lost paleo media, and one of these topics that he talked about was a show called Prehistoric Planet. And where did it air? Discovery Kids. Oh my gosh. I found it! Nobody, and I mean nobody on YouTube who was in the paleo community talked about it. Not a single person from what I knew, and it was there the whole time. So I looked it up on YouTube and found some videos, and everything I remember was right there. The intro, the stats shown for the dinosaurs, everything was right there, and I felt so satisfied. This was it. This was the show that I watched as a kid. But then it hit me. Wait, this was the show I watched as a kid. The whole time I had lied to myself and others for God knows how many years, probably around 14 years. I'd always tell people and myself I watched Walking with Dinosaurs and Beasts on Discovery Kids, which in a sense I kind of did. But no, this show is pretty different from Beasts and Dinosaurs. It is insane. It is almost entirely a different show. I watched Prehistoric Planet as a kid. Not Walking with Dinosaurs, not Walking with Beasts, Prehistoric Planet. Narrated by, oh my god, Ben Stiller? Ben Stiller? What?
Oh, it's just
Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller.
Oh my god!
Ben Stiller.
I was watching a documentary about dinosaurs and extinct animals narrated by Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller.
What kind of music do you like, Gloria?
Hippo hop!
You know, obviously around this time, Ben Stiller was very popular until he kind of just stopped showing up and stuff. I got an insane amount of whiplash watching some clips on YouTube. I guarantee you, I bet you a bottom dollar, that kids in America who grew up watching Walking with Dinosaurs and Beasts were probably remembering Prehistoric Planet. I felt like my life was a lie. This couldn't be it. There is no way that this was the show that I watched as a kid. And yeah, obviously my memory of watching Prehistoric Planet was very spotty, but now looking back, I think it wasn't spotty at all. I legitimately think that I remembered everything because over the span of watching Prehistoric Planet and to discovering it again, I had watched Walking with Dinosaurs and Walking with Beasts over and over and over again. And I'd be seeing new things that I didn't remember from Prehistoric Planet. I didn't remember there being a story, I didn't remember there being this much explicit content. I just remembered seeing the stats for the dinosaurs and prehistoric animals and just watching them do their own thing. Hold on, I'll be back. I'm gonna go watch this show right now. Alright, so after watching the episodes, I noticed a lot of stuff was different from the original edit. And I'm not gonna lie, I had fun watching it. I got so used to the fact that Ben Stiller narrates it. Besides when he says some cheesy shit like this.
This risky meal starts with an egg roll.
In these American documentaries, there's always gonna be a guest celebrity narrating it. Why? viewership. I mean, look at the American edit of Walking with Cavemen. They got freaking Alec Baldwin of all people to narrate it. This is gonna sound weird, and it's probably gonna be a hot take, but I think Ben Stiller does a great job engaging the audience with his narration. And I'm not gonna get into what the differences are, because there's a bunch of differences. I will say though, it cuts between footage a lot. Like, it's not lenient. It's not a cohesive story, but I mean, what do you expect? This was a show on Discovery Kids. You know, for kids. Kids don't care about the story. They just want to see the dinosaurs do dinosaur things. I think Prehistoric Planet really did it well in terms of achieving that. Remember Jurassic Fight Club? I hated that show as a kid, and that says a lot. That show just wanted to focus on the hunting life of the dinosaurs, and even then it sucked. I hated the show because it was just so boring. Look, even as a kid, I knew some of the information was wrong. Sorry. Not some. I mean a lot of the information from that show was wrong. I remember my mother would be like, "Oh look, it's a dinosaur show on the TV, you wanna watch it?" And I'd be like, "I'll pass." Why? Because it's Jurassic Fight Club. Did I ever have a soft spot for it? No, never. Not once have I had one for it. Now, okay, I'm not gonna lie, the episode that kinda did catch my interest was a cave bear versus cave lion episode, and that's probably because it's the only prehistoric fight on there that isn't a dinosaur fight. But besides that, I hate everything in that show. It's boring and it sucks. Prehistoric Planet hooked me in as a kid, but that's what Jurassic Fight Club failed to do. And I don't think I even need to go into why Jurassic Fight Club is bad. So the first season of the show focused on walking with dinosaurs, and season 2 focused on walking with beasts. Now apparently, season 2 was lost. Like, there's no footage of it on the internet or anything like that. It's not even narrated by Ben Stiller, it's narrated by some other goofball. Everyone knows that it exists, and I can testify that. I remember watching season 2, specifically the Mammoth Journey episode, or the equivalent to that episode, and I think there might even be a difference in that episode I remember. If it's ever found, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but during the Neanderthal hunting scene and Walking with Beasts, the original edit at least, it had this blue night vision filter. But I think in the Prehistoric Planet edit, it was green. What does this have to do with anything? Nothing. I think that was just one of the differences I remembered seeing as a kid. Hopefully season 2 turns up someday, because that portion of the show was what hooked me in being interested in the subject of paleontology, alongside Jurassic Park. I preferred the original BBC edit of the show, and always will. The narrator of that show just has the voice of a god.
Allosaurus had never seen such bullshit before.
This is definitely a great edit, especially if kids are gonna watch it, because Walking with Dinosaurs can get very explicit at times. But that's not to say I didn't enjoy watching Prehistoric Planet with Ben Stiller.
But how can you leave me now, Ben Stiller, when I need you more than ever?
I've taught you everything you need to know, Peter. Now it's time for me to go help another child.
I guess I just fooled myself into thinking you'd always be with me.
I will, Peter. I will always be with you.
Prehistoric Planet was definitely something that I needed to find. The show entirely was lost media for me. I could have sworn for 14 years that I just had a false memory of all this, but I guess I was wrong, and I'm really glad that I found out about this, because it's great. What more can I say about finding this show and being appreciative of it? If you want more details on the whole lost media thing, I'm gonna link Dino Diego's video in the description, and I think you should also check out Sparkstorm 1000's video on it. I found his video while recording footage. Definitely went into a lot of what I was saying in this video, especially the whole Discovery Kids part. I'm also gonna link this lad's video, and while you're at it, give this guy a subscribe. I think he's pretty cool. Check that video out if you want more details on the show, because I just made this video just to let people know that this show exists and that it needs to be seen. I think everyone who is a fan of Walking with Dinosaurs, and well, just Walking with Dinosaurs because the other one's lost, should definitely give Prehistoric Planet a go. But really, that's all I gotta say about this show, so hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully you remember the show from this video, because I had a lot of fun making this video, and I guarantee a lot of kids confuse this with the Walking With series. So have a great day everyone, and take care, bubs.